Hi everyone, I'm Rose Hardy and I'm back here today with Dr. Lee Ball, and we have a great show for you to hear today. We're going to be doing some different things, explaining different things about what can keep you healthy and keep your posture. Lee, tell us what we're going to do.
Actually, the idea behind this one is, did I cause that problem? And we're going to talk about things that you do at home or in daily life that may cause a problem with your spine that you didn't even think, well, that shouldn't have been the problem. That shouldn't have been the cause. But that's what we're going to try to point out and make you think, well, I don't need to do that anymore. And so I've asked Rose a couple of days ago, I said, do you have a furniture store that would let us come and film? She says, yes, I do. And so here we are.
At Mark's Furniture Direct at this Dalton location here on Walnut Avenue. And we sure do appreciate Mark and his clientele letting us come and do the commercial today. So
we've had a lot of fun here for the last hour and a half trying to get different shots of furniture and things that you have around your house and things that you might be doing wrong when you're at home and sitting on your furniture. So as you watch this video, you will realize that we've talked about how you sleep, how you sit on the couch, how you lay on the couch. And we've also talked about proper lifting techniques, and we had our friends back, Rosemary and Scott Edwards, to talk about the lifting and some other things that were on their minds lately.
And they're going to be demonstrating it for us later in the show, so I want everybody to please stay tuned because it's going to be a very enlightening show. But first I think we need to tell them who you are for sure and where you're located. You're not at Mark's Furniture Direct on a daily basis.
No. Our office is Ball Chiropractic Clinic, and we are located at 1507 East Marsh Street. Our phone number is 706-226-2332. And we work Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 12, 2 to 6, and Friday, 9 to 12.
Now Scott and Rosemary, now they are a fitness experts. So
yes.
They kind of know.
They kind of help us and guide us and direct us in some of the things that we sometimes question, like proper lifting techniques. And you'll notice in Scott's segment that he is really demonstrating and showing what a lot of people do wrong, as well as what a lot of people ought to incorporate when they lift. I really appreciate what he did there, and it was a really interesting segment.
So you're not just trying to treat people when they, let's say, have an accident. You're trying to do, what do we call it?
Preventative care.
Preventative care.
Or elective chiropractic is what we referred to it in our last infomercial.
Because that's what you really are trying to impress on people.
I'm trying to help my public understand that chiropractic is a better way of living. It helps in a lot of different ways and a lot of different things.
And people that do not know how to sit, most people don't.
Most people don't even think that that's the problem.
No.
They may be causing their own problem. And we've tried to point that out in this video and make it work so that people understand, well, I probably caused my own problem and didn't even know it. I thought there had to be an injury, and there wasn't.
Right.
So that's our goal for this little infomercial, and I hope you enjoy it.
And also, you know, if you don't have, do you have to take appointments?
We do take appointments,
okay,
yes, especially with the new patients. They have to have an appointment because that does take about an hour and a half to get through. So yes, there has to be an appointment then. But then we like also a very informal walk-in if you're an established patient. So we can usually work with you there.
Are you saying you're an informal place to be?
Pretty much. You can tell tonight I wore my clothes that I'm comfortable in.
Where are you located again?
We are located at 1507 East Marsh Street, across from the car wash. It's called Ball Chiropractic Clinic. Has a big sign out front that's black and white and says BCC at the top of it.
Okay. Well, now we're going to hear from our experts, Rosemary and Scott.
Hi, we're Scott and Rosemary Edwards, and we're professional fitness instructors. And today we're going to show you a little bit about proper lifting techniques and talk a little bit about posture. Rosemary, go ahead and lift that box up and let's move it out of the aisleway.
Okay. Oh,
No. Rosemary, that's wrong. You know that improper lifting techniques lead to a lot of back problems. Let me show you how to do this.
Okay.
First, you center yourself over the object or the load that you're going to pick up with your feet about shoulder width apart. Then you squat, bending at the knees, not bending at the hips. You secure your load, make sure you have a good grasp on it, and you press through your legs. Remember to engage your abdominal muscles because they're as much a part of lifting as your back is. And when you're ready to change directions and move your load, make sure you move your feet in front of you and you do not twist to either side because the momentum could cause the weight of the load to carry you around and cause an injury. And that's how you move your load. Okay, Rosemary, go ahead and talk to everybody today a little bit about posture.
Okay, I teach a older adult silver sneakers class, and one thing I talk to them about several times a week is posture, because bad posture can lead to back problems. When you slouch or slump, as some people call it, it puts your spine out of alignment and causes back problems. You can start having headaches, low back pain, trouble with your stomach. It affects your breathing, your heart and lungs, because when you're slouched or slumped over, you're cutting off your circulation, affecting your breathing. You just can't breathe as deep. When you sit up, you can breathe deep and get your circulation going. So I teach them, and what I would like everyone to know is that it does make a difference. You want to always keep your shoulders back, sit up straight, and keep your spine in alignment. Otherwise, you could end up with a humpback if you keep slumping or slouching on a permanent basis. It can lead to that, and you do not want that to happen. You want to sit up straight, shoulders back, and have good posture and be healthy. Have a healthy spine. So remember, posture is important, not just for your back, but for your neck, shoulders, and your whole body.
Yes, and today we've talked a little bit about proper lifting techniques and about posture. If you do any of these things incorrectly, you may experience pain or discomfort. You may need to see Dr. Lee at Ball Chiropractic Clinic.
Today we're out here at the furniture store because I wanted to share with our audience all the things that they probably do at home and don't realize that they're doing wrong. Such as how they sit on the couch, how they lay in the bed, how they sit at the table. And today we're going to start with the couch right here, and our friend Chase Parker is here to demonstrate all the improper ways to do it. So first, Chase, I'd like for you to demonstrate what's your favorite way to lay on the couch. All right, so what is wrong with this right off the bat? Do you see how his spine has a curve in it? That's not a good way. He's putting his thoracic spine in a bind, and he's causing pain within his spine that he doesn't even realize he's doing. He's incorporating muscles now in his spine that are stretched, and then others that are clamping down on the opposite side. When he gets up from here, he'll still be kind of crooked. So what I want you to do is to sit up straight now, and I'll kind of demonstrate a proper way to sit on the couch. So if you wouldn't mind, Chase, if you'd slide all the way out there to the end where the recliner's at and sit square to that and then sit back into the chair, that is a proper way to sit on a couch. That works pretty good. Now you can pop the recliner out if you'd like. Now that's pretty good, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Right. So as long as I say you crossed your feet. Now that's okay if you cross your feet. But what if you were to cross them a little higher? If you start crossing at the knee, now you're starting to incorporate a hip pain, a hip that's high, a hip that is twisted, a hip that's not going to feel good when you get up off of there. Mm-hmm. Sort of similar to what you were doing earlier when you laid on the couch sideways. That was not good too, because it could have also twisted your hips. So I want you to make sure that you keep your feet out in front of you straight. You sit back in there, and if there is any lack of support in your lumbar spine, you might even throw a small cushion behind that. Some people refer to it as a lumbar cushion, or you could take a small throw pillow from the couch. That would be very helpful in keeping your spine more in that lordotic curve that we like to talk about. You know, this curve right here. So that's what I want you to consider when you do that. Now, if you don't mind, Chase, how about demonstrating what's your favorite position to lay on the couch with your head like you were going to take a nap? Yeah. Ah, yeah. See how that neck right there? He just lost The lateral curve there is just awful. Look how much of a bind that puts his neck in. He doesn't keep the spine straight when he does that. So that's why I always encourage my patients, hey, you need to pull off the couch arm there and get yourself a regular pillow just like you were sleeping in the bed. So Chase, if you'll slide this way, and we'll go get you a quick pillow right quick. And use it just like you were sleeping in the bed. So throw that pillow up behind your neck there. And personally, I like it to look something like that. So he's got a little more pillow under his neck to support his neck curve. So does that feel a little more comfortable than what you were doing earlier? And that pretty much wraps up what we do wrong on the couch. Okay, we've moved over here to the beds, and I've asked Chase to demonstrate the worst possible sleeping position that I know of. I have many patients come in and tell me they're stomach sleepers, and I always have to figure out which side they sleep on because of the way their spine is twisted when I look at their x-rays. So I kind of wanted to point it out, what's wrong about it. Chase has his leg cocked out here at this angle, and he has a twist in his lower, in his pelvis and his lumbar spine at the same time. The reason he does this is so he can breathe. The next thing you may notice is that his thoracic spine lays flat against the bed, but then he's got a pillow cocking his head up backwards here. And he also has his head turned to the right. Now this causes pressure through his upper back and into his neck. A lot of people get headaches from this right off the bat. Now Chase, if you don't mind, demonstrate a proper side sleeping position for us. Now I have instructed Chase to lay on his side with his knees together, and I've asked him to always include maybe a small pillow because he has wide shoulders. And you'll notice that Chase is packing the pillow down, pulling it tight against his shoulder. And what he's showing us here is that his hips are aligned because he's laying with his knees together. He's got his shoulders more aligned up here. His back is not as twisted, and his neck is not having to go down the hill to get to the pillow, and it's not having to go up the hill because there's too much pillow. Now Chase, if you don't mind, will you please turn over on your back? Now for those people that like to sleep on their back, I've instructed Chase to pull the pillow down so that he has a little more support under his cervical spine here in the cervical lordosis. That's that neck curve. And I've also suggested to others that if this hurts to lay on your back and hurts in your lower back, then you might want to fold a towel and place it right under the small of your back here so that you'll get support there. And so that pretty much wraps up how you should sleep or not sleep.
I hope you enjoyed that show that we put on for you today, and thank you so much, Lee, for having us out today.
We've had a good time, and I hope somebody learned something from this experience.
Okay. Until next time, I'm Rose Hardy.
And I'm Lee Ball.